Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Wanted to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video and we'll talk soon.
Well, hey family, happy Monday. It has been a minute. I don't know when the last time I was making something up in here. Was it Thursday or Friday of last week? I just been extremely busy working on some other projects and stuff outside of making the jewelry. So there's a lot that goes into establishing and setting up the jewelry business outside of making the jewelry. So there's a lot of things that I've been having to do that has to do with setting up the jewelry business, and like a lot of other arms and elements and different things that I am doing that I never talk about on video. Just a lot of different stuff. I do know last week, I'm getting ready to make a bracelet, and I'm getting ready to make a bracelet using some of the hand painted beads. So last week I met with two different people, and those two different people, I never even knew those people lived in San Diego. So they reached out to me, and I did like a little consultation, like in person with the two ladies. So instead of meeting them one by one separate like that, I literally just met with them both together. So met with both of them together, and I had them to bring like samples of jewelry and whatever they had, if they had anything written down, if they had anything that was like anything that had to do with them and their jewelry business and what they wanted to do, what direction they wanted to go in, their market, like all these type of like really good things. And they both had an idea about the direction that they want to go in when it comes to their jewelry. So one of the ladies was saying, well, I literally want to just do consignment. And my question was, well, why do you want to just do consignment? And she said, well, I want to start off with consignment, like just kind of doing consignment in a couple of stores if I could find some here in San Diego, and do consignment like that. And her thing was like basically establishing a relationship with the store owners and that type of things. And what I was saying to her, consignment is really good. That's a good starting point, because anytime you're pitching to boutiques or mainly boutiques and small stores, you do want to throw out consignment versus wholesale. I mean, that is something that you can do. Consignment is because the store owners can test out your product to see if your product is going to work for their particular store, right? And if it does work for their store, then is where the wholesale comes into play. So she was thinking consignment, but she wasn't thinking along the lines, oh, okay, at some point it can go into wholesale. Yeah, at some point it can go into wholesale. And then also, the other lady was saying, well, she was saying that she don't make items in multiples. Like she can do one or two of something, but she don't do bulk multiples. And I was saying to her, though, you don't have to do them in bulk multiples, like duplicates like that, especially if you're trying to sell to small stores or boutiques, because if you think about small stores and boutiques, they generally sell to repeat customers. So they have customers that come in all the time, and then when they're coming into the boutique or to the store, they're looking for something unique, something different, something that they didn't have last week when they came in. So generally boutiques are looking to buy items that are different. So as a creator or designer, they may want to buy 20 pieces from you, and all 20 of those pieces be different pieces, and they're not all the same. Every once in a while they'll buy some items that are duplicate items, but they don't practice doing that. So if you've ever gone into a boutique, and you'll see that it's very eclectic. They have a mix of like a little bit of everything, because they sell pretty much to repeat customers. So if I'm a customer that goes into their store once a week or twice a week or something, I don't want to see the same exact item that I just bought last week. I don't want a duplicate of that, right? I want something different. I want something unique, something pretty, something I haven't seen before. And that is what boutiques generally specialize in. This is really pretty. And that's usually what, boutiques specialize in. So we were having like a really good conversation about that. And well, hey family, there's a lot of people that reach out to me that do not make jewelry, and they want to make jewelry, and they say that they don't want to spend a lot of money on jewelry making supplies or anything like that. They basically just want to be testing something out. So this is just a mini bead kit, and it's 8 20 millimeter beads, um, 10 8 millimeter glass beads, 10 wood beads, 2 jump rings. There's 2 jump rings. You get 2 dyed jade charms in here, and you also get the stretch cord, which is right there. So these are all the different little kits that are on my website at www.jbbdk.com. And the wholesale, the retail, and then just kind of explaining everything to them about how wholesale works, how retail works, and those type of things. But it was a really good, solid, meeting. And I was like, wow, I'm gonna have to start doing that, a lot more with people, because once you start tapping into people and having these conversations with them, not a lot of people, enough people anyway, want to, how pretty, right? A lot of people want to sell what it is that they make. A lot of people want to um make some type of, or build some type of sustainable business from what it is that they're doing. They just don't have an idea about how to do it. It's like you know how to create. Okay, but what do I do next? Even with a marketing degree and stuff, it's like a lot of people really don't know what to do, because it's like, okay, well, how do I market it? Who do I market it to? What do I do? How do I do this? Because a lot of us may have graduated 20 years ago in marketing, right? And everything is absolutely positively different. Everything is about digital marketing now. Everything is about AI. Everything is like literally has changed to where and then not only that though, no sooner than you graduate out of college and you walk and you get your degree and all that kind of stuff done changed like that. Stuff has changed like that. And in fact, when you get out into the market, you be like, oh, but wait a minute, they didn't teach me this. I didn't learn this in school. So you basically you learn the fundamentals, and then you just kind of learn everything else once you get a job and all the other kind of stuff. But anyway, a lot of us are out here operating on 20 of getting a degree 20 years ago or 10 years ago, right? And then so much has changed to where we have no idea. A lot of people have no idea like what's going on, whether you got a marketing degree, a psychology degree, a education degree. Like no matter what that degree is, things have changed, and they have changed drastically. I mean, like they almost like you have no idea. It's like, oh my God. And there are so many people that are getting lost and left in the shuffle. Remember, they got No Child Left Behind. It's like no adult left behind. And if you being left behind, you're being left behind because you're not educating yourself. You're not educating yourself with whatever free information you can get on YouTube, any free classes you can get, any paid classes. And you guys already know, I talk about this all the time. Sometimes you got to pay for some education. Sometimes you got to pay for some training. Sometimes you got to pay for some classes. Tap into SCORE, do some of those free SCORE webinars and all that other kind of stuff. But anyway, it was a real good conversation. It was a real good conversation with them, and I didn't meet with them for free. I did apply a fee to what I did for them, and I actually put some things on paper for them. Had some goals and things that were set out for them. I put pitch letters in the folder for them. I gave them a list of different boutiques that they can pitch to by way of email. I told them you need to contact them by email, and when you contact them by email, you do want to have your line sheet. And the line sheet that you have, you want to have your best sellers on that line sheet, right? So even if you haven't sold anything, you can take pieces that you make and you can gift those items to whoever you gift those items to, and then get some type of feedback from those people. Now you have some type of feedback and you have a testimonial, right? Even though they didn't buy it, it's a testimonial. And that makes it one of your best sellers, right? In the sense that I've given it, the people enjoy it, the people like it, I have a testimonial from it, even though they didn't buy it. And that's good stuff. That's still, you're getting feedback from it, right? So that's good stuff. If you haven't sold anything in your line sheet, and on your line sheet, you want to have at least 10 items, your best items that you can make. And that came out like really good. I really enjoyed doing that, and I'm thinking I'm going to do it again. And if I do it for anybody else, it would have to be, if they don't live in San Diego, it would have to be a digital type situation, you know, like where we can talk. We could even do a telephone, we could even do a video, we could do like a video call or something like that. So if anybody is interested in doing something like that, let me know, and I could start setting those up like that, and we can talk about it. We could talk about the direction that you want to go in. If you want to do retail, if you want to do wholesale, like literally just kind of, I don't like to use pick your brain, and I hate when people come at me with that line. I just want to pick your brain. I can't stand when people say that. You're basically saying to me, I want to get all the free information I can from you. Do you mind? Well, yeah, I do mind. Yeah, I do mind, you know, and I hate when people say that to me. So I don't want to pick your brain. I want to have a conversation with you about the direction that you want to go in for your jewelry business. And it don't even have to be a jewelry business. If you make candles, if you're doing, if you make dolls, if you crochet, or whatever it is that you do, we can talk about it, because there's also, this is really pretty, right? Well, I'm just running off at the mouth. There's also, for networking, there are also some like really elite memberships that you can sign up for and join, like these different organizations, and become a part of those, where they have like annual events and like just all kind of stuff that goes on. And I don't talk a lot about what I be doing in the background, because everything I do is not everybody's business. Because I do have sense enough to know that whatever it is you put out in the public domain, you basically opening up your front door to people to say, okay, come on in, take a look. And no, you only get to come on the patio. You don't get to come inside the whole house. You get to the patio, and that's as far as you get. You know, and then that's how you have to be with a lot of things, because everything that you put on the public domain, you know, somebody is going to duplicate it, and that's good stuff. That's why you share, because it's basically like ideas, you know, that you're sharing with people. But I'm gonna go ahead and tie this off while I'm running off at the mouth. Um, just a lot of information I wanted to share with people, because I get enough inboxes and emails and all that good stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, people want to do what they want to do. And a lot of people have a lot of nice product. I mean, like a lot of, and think about it. Can you see your designs? This is beautiful, right? Can you see your designs on websites like Anthropologie? Can you see your designs on websites like Bloomingdale's? Can you see your designs on websites like Nordstrom's or Ross or any one of those, or even Target? Right? It's possible. It's possible. It is absolutely possible. There is a process that goes into it, and it does take a little work. And you guys know I like to triple tie my stuff, because I like to put it into the big hole. I don't think this got a big hole though. Oh yeah, got a big enough hole. And these are the 20 millimeter beads. These are hand painted, and they're matte, but I put a very light varnish on them, because I didn't want them too shiny. And the reason why I'm doing that is because of the new website. I'm doing a totally different type of collection, and something like just really different for that new website. And this is just one of the bracelets that I'm showing you guys. All the other stuff is you know, it's just gonna be on those websites. But yeah, we had good conversation. It was like really good. And my whole thing is, when before I left the ladies, I asked them, was everything clear? Does anything and everything make good sense to you, to like where you could walk away from me and literally go in a situated purpose driven direction? And they were like, Darlene, absolutely, absolutely. And my next question was, your money spent, was it worth it? Absolutely, absolutely. And then that's my whole thing. That is the whole thing. So they left away with a packet, a folder that has some information in it, more like a guide. And then I gave them some printed out pitch letters, so they can take the information from the pitch letters, and they can literally create their own pitch letters, and put that information in email, put their information on it, send it out to a couple of the boutiques with their line sheet with their best sellers on there, right? And then you want to talk about consignment, not wholesale, because at some point, if your products sell well in the store, this is really, really pretty. If your products sell really well in their stores, then they'll come to you about wholesale. Now, I can't say what you need to charge and what that consignment situation looks like, because usually boutiques already have paperwork and percentages and all that kind of stuff already built into their business plan for their stores. So that is a conversation one would need to have with those store owners. But don't be afraid to reach out and send things to these people. And if you got a lookbook, put together a lookbook. A lot of people don't have a lookbook. If you need help with a lookbook, or if you want to lookbook created, you can go onto my website. There is information on there about the lookbook, the line sheet, and all that kind of stuff. If you need that stuff put together, I can also do that for you as well. And this is really cool. I like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some just a couple of jump rings on here, only because I think it'll make it look really cute. But I am really excited about that. I'm excited about the conversation that I had, with the ladies. And I really love the fact that I was able to actually meet with people and have conversations with them. And I said, well, can I take a picture? They was like, well, can we not? And I was like, no worries. That's okay. Not okay. No worries. And I'm not forcing nobody to do anything they don't want to do. And this is one of the dyed stones. So that was very interesting. It was really cool. A very, very, very cool. Very cool. I really, really enjoyed that. Just sharing the information. And I could put both of these on there, huh? Let me see something. Just sharing information, and not only sharing the information, monetizing it. Monetizing what I was sharing. And that's the thing. Most people want stuff for free. And I give out a lot of free information, but when I said to the ladies, well, you know what, I'm gonna have to apply a fee to that. Them ladies was like, we don't care. And I said, okay, well, this is the date and time we gonna meet. And they was there early, because when I pulled up 5 minutes before start time, they was already sitting there when I got there, and they don't even know each other. They was just already there. That's cute like that. Look. They were already sitting there, like waiting on me. And I was like, okay, I like this. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Look at that. That is really cool. I like this. Really pretty. Very, very nice. So anyway, I have been busy, had a lot going on. And if anybody is interested in anything, having conversations about anything that I talked about, you're welcome to reach out to me at jurybybdk@gmail.com. jurybybdk@gmail.com. Also, you can go on to the website. I got a lot of business ebooks on that website at www.jbbdk.com. So there's a lot of digital business books on there, because I keep getting a lot of questions from a lot of people that'll email and stuff, and a lot of those answers are in those books. But this is this bracelet. I really like this, and I'm digging the beads. I'm digging the beads. I'm digging the bracelet. And then this is what this is. It's Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. It's an amazing Monday in my neighborhood, and I hope everybody had a really good weekend. You're having a great week, and guess what? We'll talk.